Long way, it's probably about 350 miles, maybe more, and we were just absolutely tight. In fact, we were late for the gig.
Brian Johnson is an English singer and lyricist, best known as the lead singer of the Australian rock band ACDC. Johnson is known for his distinctive singing voice and strong Geordie accent. When Bon Scott passed away, Johnson became the third lead singer for the band ACDC. His contributions to the band earned him induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2003. In July 2014, he was awarded an honorary degree of Doctor of Music by Northumbria University in the city of Newcastle in recognition of his significant contribution to the music industry.
They opened up, I don't know if they were headlining. I just know we got there late, so, they had to go on.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is Brian Johnson, but is also known as Jonna. He was born on October 5th, 1947 in Dunstan, County Durham, England, making him age 75 at the time of this production. He stands at 1.65 meters or 5 feet 4 inches tall. He's an avid supporter of Newcastle United FC and was asked to invest in the club in the early 1980s after being invited to meet the board by club legend Jackie Milburn. Prior to joining the band, he was a huge ACDC fan. He's a huge fan of cars and racing and often takes vintage and historic autos from his vast car collection out on the track. He's a big fan of musical theater. He likes leather jackets. His favorite foods include baked bread, fish, and olives. In October 2014, he became a supporter of the Yorkshire Dementia Charity based in the city of Topcliffe. His autobiography, Rockers and Rollers, was published in 2000. He competed in the 2012 Silverstone Classic Celebrity Challenge race. On September 3, 2022, Johnson took to the stage at the Taylor Hawkins tribute concert and performed Back in Black and Let There Be Rock with Metallica drummer Lars Ulrich and the Foo Fighters. Johnson's memoir, titled The Lives of Brian, was published by HarperCollins and released on October 25, 2022. Since April 2003, Johnson, who says, "I love musical theater, especially the classic stuff like Rodgers and Hammerstein," has been working on a musical version of Helen of Troy with Sarasota Ballet choreographer Robert De Warren. Before original ACDC singer Bon Scott died, he spoke to guitarist Angus Young about Brian, calling him a great rock and roll singer in the style of Little Richard. Brian is often seen in a newsboy cap. His brother was the first to suggest the accessory since it would prevent sweat from coming off his hair and going into his eyes on stage, preventing him from seeing what he was doing. The very first time Bon Scott sang live with ACDC was October 5, 1975, Brian Johnson's birthday. He backs the Topcliffe-based Yorkshire Dementia Charity since October 2014. Johnson married his first wife, Carol, in 1968, and they have two daughters, Joanne, born in 1968, and Kayla, born in 1973. They divorced during the writing of the Razor's Edge album. He's now married to Brenda.
Caught the last couple of songs, and I was sitting looking like, these guys are good, but we didn't have much time. We got into our clothes and ran on the stage.
Raised alongside four younger siblings by an English father and an Italian mother, Brian started playing music at a very young age. His dad was a coal miner and a sergeant major in the British Army. He joined a local church choir to hone his vocal skills, and he also appeared in a televised play. Following in his father's footsteps, a sergeant major in the British Army, Johnson also served in the parachute regiment of the Territorial Army at a young age. Brian Johnson started his rock career with a little-known band called the Gobi Desert Canoe Club. He then performed with a band called Fresh before playing with the Jasper Hart Band during the 70s. During this period, he started to perform various soft rock songs, and several members of the Jasper Hart Band went on to establish Geordie. During this period, Brian released an early hit single entitled I Can't Forget You Now. The track would prove to be the only noteworthy solo effort of his career. After Bon Scott passed away, the surviving members of ACDC decided to continue with the band as they felt that Scott wouldn't have wanted them to quit. Although various singers were considered as a replacement for their frontman, Brian Johnson emerged as the new lead singer. Eventually, Brian stopped writing lyrics for ACDC's albums. He claimed that he ran out of words and that he doesn't enjoy the pressure of having to write songs. In 2016, Johnson left the band because of hearing issues. He later explained that he would have risked total hearing loss had he continued with ACDC. In August 2018, rumors began circulating that Johnson and drummer Phil Rudd had rejoined ACDC. According to members of the band Terrorizer, in January 2019, Johnson confirmed to them that he's back in ACDC after getting sick of denying it and that he's working on a new album. Although he publicly stated that he was only halting his touring obligations, many interpreted this move as retirement. Johnson proved fans wrong when he returned in 2020 with his ACDC bandmates and announced that they would be releasing another album entitled Power Up.
I was doubled over at the end, and but Bond thought I was doing a James Brown. He thought, hey, he's got a good act, that kid.
He earns money through album sales, live concerts, and brand endorsement deals. In 2008, Johnson made $10.3 million from the album Black Ice, which sold over 8.7 million copies. And in 2000, he was able to earn $6.7 million from the album Stiff Upper Lip, which sold nearly 5 million copies. ACDC released an album called Ball Breaker back in 1995, which helped Brian earn more than $9.5 million. 8 million copies of this album were sold. Outside of music, Brian Johnson has been involved in a number of additional ventures, mostly in the entertainment industry. In 2004, he voiced a character in the video game Call of Duty Finest Hour. In 2005, he made a cameo appearance in the sports film Goal. In 2000, Brian published his autobiography, Rockers and Rollers. In 2004, Johnson traveled to Greece to film an episode of the television series Goddess Odyssey, in which he researched the Helen of Troy myth. It was released on DVD in July 2005 and contains music from the theater production. In 2014, Johnson started hosting Cars That Rock with Brian Johnson, a documentary series about iconic motor cars. He has a net worth of $90 million. He and Brenda live in a house in Sarasota, Florida. The mansion features a large garden, a swimming pool, 4 bedrooms, and a spacious kitchen. In 2019, Brian Johnson donated a $335,000 property to the All-Star Children's Foundation. When the charity sells the property, all proceeds will go towards helping children heal from child abuse trauma. He owns the following cars: a 1928 Bentley Vendon Plus, a Jaguar F-Type Project 7, a 1965 Lola T70 Mark I, a 1954 MG TF, a Bentley Continental GT Supersport, a Petty Garage Mustang GT, a Ferrari 458 Italia, a Rolls-Royce Phantom, a Range Rover, a Range Rover Evoque A, a 1968 Mini Cooper, a 1973 Citroën DS23 Palace, a Ford Popular, a Hillman Minx, an Audi R8.